don't know if you guys can hear all the drum beating in the background, so let's just hope that this recording is actually decent. Um, Fallout 76 is around the corner, guys. Bethesda's made an announcement recently about the Brotherhood of Steel being in the game. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be really mad about that. I'm not, in all honesty. I understand the lore. I jumped into Fallout really late. I didn't play any of like 1 or 2 or anything like that. I just jumped right into 3, and I just remember loving that game to its core. Only because it was an open world, something to explore, something to see. And I loved all the terrifying little stories that they had to tell on the terminals, and how you'd find like bodies laying out in the middle of nowhere with no explanation but your own. You know, that's the world that 76 is going to be. And I'm excited to just see all those little things, those little details, develop a character that, you know, reacts and feels emotion when he sees things like that. I don't know, that's just my experience with Fallout, and it seems like there's a majority of people who have a different experience with Fallout. It's kind of like the back and forth with Star Wars right now. I can agree that changing the lore just to fit a purpose is a little messed up, but I have a little more faith in this. I don't know, maybe call me naive. I'm a little more excited for the direction of this particular game because they did say already that it was something they wanted to try. It's not anything that they're going to continue to do. You know, it's not like we're never going to get a Fallout 5. You know, I recognize the issues with Fallout 4, but I still love playing Fallout 4. This is going to be my 6th playthrough with a new character. Yes, it's just before the release of 76, but I decided I wanted to play a new character because I am that excited to explore these worlds, even if I have done it a couple of times already. So the divide with the fan base, although it's, you know, it's bugging me, I feel like it'll eventually balance itself out once the game is out. Maybe even when the beta is, you know, it drops, because I know a lot of people got to do the stress test. They're not really allowed to talk about it, but based on the footage that I've seen so far, it's what I wanted from a Fallout game, or at least a side Fallout game. So the gameplay, I recognize that there's a lot of freezing and stopping, graphics drops. I'm not a techie. I'm not too big on the computer stuff, nor do I understand a lot of the terms, but I can recognize what people are talking about. So I know that watching the gameplay, there's a lot of choppy moments, parts where people are shooting and it's delayed slightly, or bodies drop a little late. Suddenly there's 3 ghouls, and then there's like 8 ghouls, and they just pop out of nowhere, and they're easy to beat. All of this, I feel like, is just part of the testing phase, and it will be addressed once the beta, or at least the official game, is dropped. I'm not worried about this. If anything, I found a lot of the glitching out kind of funny. Beyond that, I'm just not worried, guys. Like, it's the only game I'm buying this year. And, you know, it's not that I'm not a fan of games like Assassin's Creed, or I've never played any of the Red Deads, but they look awesome. I'm just not a big gamer anymore. So I'm very pick and choose, and Fallout was the one that came out this year that I was most excited for, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm like I said, too naive and overexcited for something that could actually fail. But I'm willing to give it a couple months, maybe a year. And if by then I'm still playing it, guess what? I won't have to do a follow-up video where I tell you I'm wrong. So, more than likely I'm going to enjoy it anyways, because I'm not that picky. The lore stuff isn't going to break the gameplay for me. So, if anything, it might even add something to it. So, when it comes to the retcon, I don't think they're actually going to retcon anything. I don't think they're that stupid to make a decision like that. And if they do, they're very well aware that they're making something different, and I'm aware of that as well. Now, the beta is coming up, and I am looking for people to play with, so I'm going to have my gamertag name on the bottom. I do play on the Xbox, at least for now. I'm working on a PC. Hopefully by the end of the year that'll be done. Really looking forward to editing any videos, because I do want to roleplay a character in Fallout 76. Yeah, I might have my immersion broken every once in a while, because people just might not play that way. But I have enough friends and people who have consoles who are willing to jump in there with a character name. And although not perfect, we're all D&D players. And if you play D&D, you know what it's like to roleplay a character. And I don't think this is any different. In fact, it makes it easier than having to play DM, which I do also, and it is a lot of work. So the tools are all set in a video game. We just got to play through it. So it does seem like there's more than enough to keep us entertained and keep bringing good stories, which is what I really want to do. I want to entertain. I want to put videos up, as much as I can when I have time. Being a father does kind of restrict me on time, so I kind of have to narrow down to maybe 2 hours a day of streaming, or pick a couple hours to make videos like this. Although brief, I want to keep pushing content. So anything that you guys have to suggest when it comes to gameplay, roleplay, character suggestions, just let me know. If you're watching my videos, give a commentary. I would appreciate your honest feedback, so that way we can keep improving, and that way when I move into bigger projects, videos that, have stories and plots, and not just, vlogs where I talk about things. I want to actually make movies and videos one day. So anything you guys have to suggest, anything you want to see, I can work on, and we'll make time for it. So that way I can keep pushing towards the goals that I want in the future. Thanks for watching if you did watch. I can't wait for Fallout 76. Look for me on Xbox One. My gamer tag is FEEdge24. Signing out.